Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of my Twitch. Welcome to the stream. My name is Marlon. This is episode 27 of Mushroom City of Minecraft. And right now, before we can get to that, let's do some quick current conditions throughout the United States. And then we hop onto the game. And then about 30 minutes before the end of the stream, we usually do our weather discussion. So let's get to it, right? Alright. I just need to check up on something on my end. Okay, everything should be fine. Alright, so how you guys doing today? Anybody had a good Mother's Day? Mine was pretty good. Can't complain though. Now let's switch the radar to this one. That's reflectivity, so we move to winter weather. Of course, sometimes there will be snow in some areas, but highly doubtful though. Let's start off in the northeast, or rather, before we get to that, let's take a look at what's going on. So we got one tornado warning in Halifax County, North Carolina. 4 severe thunderstorm warnings, 1 in Tennessee, Alabama, and 2 in Canada. 2 flash flood warnings, 1 in Kentucky and the other one in Canada. 2 special marine warnings, both in Florida, in the Miami-Dade County area. And we do have 9 special weather statements. Oh, hold on a minute. Alright, I'm back. 9 special weather statements in South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, North Carolina, Alabama, Georgia. Alright, so let's start off with one tornado warning right here just northeast of Raleigh-Durham and northeast of Rocky Mount. So let's take a look at it and switch to the single site radar. Where's the nearest one? It's right here. Now, there's probably a hook echo right here for what I'm seeing right now, folks. But just to be on the safe side, let's go through here. Okay, so there are winds that are moving towards that direction, and another one in that direction. So that means that there could be a tornado right around here. Quite spot on though, but what about the correlation coefficient? Well, not much debris. Oh my god. I just hate it when they sneak up on me like that. Anyway, it's all just precipitation, not much debris to be spotted. Oh wait, we do have one special weather statement. That's actually where the tornado warning is occurring right now. Outside the tornado warning, you're getting some hail, small hail, damaging winds of up to 60 to 70 miles an hour in some areas. And strong thunderstorms as well. Now let me switch the radar to here. Now let's go back to the rest of the country, where we do have some showers in northern Vermont. Elsewhere, it's all quiet, but anywhere just right around the Washington, D.C. area, you're getting some rain, especially in West Virginia, the Virginia and the southern Maryland part of the Delmarva Peninsula. They're getting some showers and storms. And down south, of course, there's a tornado warning just northeast of the state capital of Raleigh, North Carolina. Then you have some isolated thunderstorms right now. You're seeing, folks, where I'm drawing right now. It goes from Jacksonville all the way to Athens, Atlanta, Chattanooga, Nashville, Huntsville, Alabama, Tupelo, and Jackson, Mississippi. And let's not forget about Birmingham, though. Throughout the southeast, there's plenty of showers and thunderstorms. Some of them may be severe, but in the Miami-Dade area, South Florida, the most populated places in South Florida, now has special weather statements in which there will be some small hail, damaging winds, and strong thunderstorms. Special marine warnings, especially those who are out in the water. In the Biscayne Bay Area, they would need to keep an eye. They would need to shelter in place. Do not go out in the open water, as the waters are very rough at this time. Elsewhere throughout the Sunshine State, plenty of pop-up thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast of Florida to Jacksonville, and summer's spotty, but not widespread throughout the panhandle of Florida. All over Georgia, there is plenty of spotty showers and thunderstorms, especially in Alabama, Mississippi, northern Louisiana, Arkansas, and southern Missouri, Illinois, just anywhere south of Chicago. Parts of Indiana dealing with some spotty showers and some storms. Kentucky, they have one flash flood warning located right between Middlesboro and Pathford, Kentucky. I mean, all of this is because of this low pressure and an all-clouded front that's spread across the south, and as well as a stationary front to the east and a cold front to the south. And it's all because we do have a cutoff low that has been an issue ever since that Rex block has been in place throughout the weekend. But in the next few days, that cutoff low will continue to be a trough. Elsewhere in the Midwest, plenty of dry weather throughout much of the Great Plains, with the exception of eastern Colorado and western Nebraska. They have some spotty showers and storms. In the northwestern portion of the country, you have one severe thunderstorm warning, large in size, in places like Chinook, Harlem, and Havre, Montana. It's all because there is a weather system that's responsible for all the wet weather that's going on throughout the Pacific Northwest, the Northern Rockies, Northern California, and the northern portion of the Great Basin. Idaho, northern central Idaho, they have some spotty showers and storms, especially in the southwestern part of the state. Wyoming is somewhat clear. Clear of precipitation though, but except for the northwestern portion of the state. Though the Pacific Northwest is far from quiet, as there's plenty of some scattered showers and storms throughout the coastal portion of the Pacific Northwest. And there is one special weather statement, just enough to cause strong thunderstorms in Northern California near Red Bluff. And there is some snow showers just northeast of Sacramento, right west of Carson City and Reno, in the Lake Tahoe area. So that's going to be something to watch, folks, if you live in those areas, or if you're planning to go to Lake Tahoe, just for a honeymoon or whatever. But regardless, do take extra precautions. In the southwest, the desert southwest, not much to report on. I mean, the weather is completely dry and hot, especially in much of Utah and western Colorado and southern Nevada. But so far, folks, all the action's located in the southeast, the Ohio Valley. Did I talk about Ohio? No, I did not. So there's plenty of showers and storms throughout the Buckeye State, the southern edge of Michigan. They do have some showers, but elsewhere throughout the Great Lakes State, nothing to report on. So like I said, much of the action is in the Ohio Valley, the South, and the Mid-Mississippi Valley, and as well as the northwestern portion of the country. We're going to continue monitoring what's going on throughout those parts of the country, as severe weather is plaguing throughout those parts of the country. But you just got to wait for that to load. And then once it does, we're going to switch gears to Minecraft, and then we'll get started on continuing where we left off. So just give it a moment, folks. I know it's so slow. It's now 25, so it's only just one tornado warning. Hold on. Alright, so hold on. Oh, now I'm back. Okay. Now I thought it'd be loud enough, the background noise. Alright, so now let's switch gears to Minecraft. Uh, Autological is... I don't know what that means, to be honest. Autological is... I don't know. Alright, let's continue on where we left off. Okay, so we managed to complete the interchange, which is good. I mean, we could put up signs for exits, but not for highways yet. So far, it's looking. So, for those of you just tuning in, how you guys doing? And you guys enjoy your Mother's Day? Mine was alright. You know, can't complain. You know, food was great. Okay, so now let's focus on what to do right now. All traffic. Alright, let's do this. All traffic. How was my day today? Well, my day, I would say, far from abnormal. I mean, it's just business as usual, to be honest with you guys. Oh yeah, I got this part to deal with. So yeah, yesterday, last night we managed to beat Ansem, and well, that was the last episode of Kingdom Hearts 1. Though Kingdom Hearts 2, I will play that, but I doubt that I will express any interest in playing the game in, oh, I don't know, like, you know, this weekend. I probably could, but that depends if anyone wants me to play. If not, I'll just continue on with Mushroom City in Minecraft and hold off until Memorial Day weekend. I know it's my stream and all, but still. So what do we got? Okay, we so I did say that we beat Ansem. That's good, very good. And it's a good thing because well, I was getting tired of you know cowering away just to find the right time to beat Ansem, and well, I did find the right time, and it was good. It was so good. And I thank you guys for your patience. In case if you guys were fed up with me not being able to beat Ansem and just quit halfway through. But I actually made it. What's next for Kingdom Hearts is that I will play Kingdom Hearts 2. The other games, I'm not really interested in playing those games. I'm more interested in the main story. There's City Center Plaza. Add some things to there. Alright, what's next for me? I'm just gonna put up signs for today, and if I have enough time, I'll get started on filling on getting started on the train station right here. Okay, there we go. Oh man, it's raining. Why? All the times. Well, it's time for bed anyway. Good night. Okay, so what's next? All traffic. There we go. So, what's on my mind today that I can discuss with you guys without having to bore you all? All traffic right of center. Do not enter freeway. Oops. Now what's next? Do not enter. All traffic. Keep left. Yeah, I think I can hear background music from here. Never mind. Yeah, I'm still focused right now. Best thing I can do at this point be for me to do this. It's a bit tough though. Yeah, because this is a very unique type of situation. I don't know if that'll work. And what was the other one? I-30 West. The sun is setting right now in the city. It is 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Marlon. This is episode 27 of Mushroom City of Minecraft. And right now I am making signs for local roads. Fix up on that one. one goes west. Hills. La 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 la. There we go. Wasn't this nice, folks, right? Now what's next? It says wrong way, do not enter all traffic. Yep. We're getting there, folks. We are getting there. Yep, so we're going to be streaming from 6 to 8 p.m. and we're only about 35 minutes into the stream. Now let's check the other side. South Mushroom Road, right lane. Da 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 dum. This one's actually I-30. Hold on a moment. Talk over it. Mushroom Hills, West Mush. Head to that direction. Yeah, I think I can hear background music, folks. Not cool. Everyone's being obnoxious right now. That's the issue. But now copyrighting music, hopefully. Was that the right form? Yeah. I was right. Leave an empty space. Okay. Good. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Straight. Turn right. Yeah, it's about to be morning soon in the game. There we go. All is good. Great. Sorry about that. Oh boy. It's rough right now, you know. This one is I-30 East. That one goes to SMB Airport, also to East Mush City. Wonder if that could be replicated. I doubt that. Oh, more background music. But it's gone now, thank God. East Airport Room City. This one is Southwest 5th Street. Street. Right. Boom! You hear that, folks? Some crazy lunatic almost got into an accident. I mean, of course, it's not funny, you know, that someone gets into an accident and gets hurt. But, you know. But, yeah, there are a lot of crazy drivers out there nowadays. It's ridiculous. The town where I live in, which I'm not going to disclose, it's there's so many obnoxious drivers. Like, they shouldn't be, like, having driver's licenses in the first place, considering, you know, they have anger management issues. Hello? Nice job, nice job. Okay, this one is Southwest 5th. Ah, it's raining again. Great. 5th Street. Turn left. Better not thunder. So far, it ain't thundering. Turn left. Right, so far so good right now, folks. Oh boy. Enter all traffic, keep left. Do not I-30 east going to SMB Airport, East Mush. East Airport, Broome City. Wrong way, do not enter all traffic. Wrong way, do not enter all traffic. Enter. Do not enter all traffic. There we go. Nice, right? For the most part, the signs are done right around here, but I'm not going to do anything right here as of today. I mean, it's 6:50 right now, so we only got about an hour and 10 minutes left. So, shall we get started on, let's see, the train station right around here? Of course. Let's get started. Hold on, let me mute the mic. Alright, I'm back, folks. Okay, so I got my map with me of downtown. Let's see, City Hall. Let's see, I gotta mark City Hall, so it's gonna be 2 spaces. Just west of, right around there. Let me mark the red concrete slabs. More background music, great. That's just great. Yay! Not really. It's lame as shit. we managed to get this. Good. Then the sun starts going down. So what now? Let's go to bed right now, right? Dun, 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 dun. Kingdom Boulevard. Hold on. Okay, so now it's this. So the train station is going to be here and here. So what do? Well, let's start excavating, right? Yeah, let's start doing it right now. So let's do this, right? We're gonna start the excavation today. Yeah. That's the bottom first floor. This is the bottom second floor that we're gonna make right now, folks. Let's see. Yeah, the bottom third floor is in the making, folks. So bear with me on this. And we reached the bedrock. Now, what are we going to do, folks? Well, okay, wait. 1, 2. Three. It has to be 3 stories beneath. 3 stories beneath. So that means air. Okay, there we go. Alright folks, this is the start of the train station, as you can see folks. So we're going to replace this with iron block. Yeah, this, or rather I think I got, yeah, iron block and as well as marble. I'm going to see if I can find marble. Can't find marble, huh? Well, in that case, let's find something a little bit luxurious. A little bit, folks. A little bit. Little bit luxurious. Quartz. Sorry about that. It has to be train related though. Red sandstone. I don't know if this will work, folks, but we'll give it a try. But I don't think this is gonna work though. I'm gonna try something else. Colored blocks. I don't know if colored blocks would do any good. Natural blocks. Building blocks. It's better. Smooth quartz would do. Smooth quartz stairs. Block of iron is a must, folks. Yeah, I might need a nah, doubt that. Yeah, because the purpose of building a train station, the Bullabille Express / subway station / I don't think I would call it a commuter rail. I mean, I'm gonna think of something, folks. I'm thinking of something. I mean, I could put a hotel, so I guess I can, like, add water to it because, I mean, definitely need a place to stay, right? That'll do. So, the iron block is used for the railroads. Okay, so what we have here is that we have two rail lines that go there and there, but they're deep underground, so that means that we are going to have them moved here. Any train would have to go under the freeway. It has to be on the bottom floor. It is 7:03 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Marlon. This is episode 27 of Mushroom City in Minecraft. But right now, we are now getting started on the train station. We've started creating a foundation. Next step. Why did I do that? Oh, come on. Now the mouse is not working? What the hell? Yeah, I feel like every time when I use the mouse in Minecraft, it starts giving me trouble. People keep annoying me. Smooth quartz. Excellent. No, actually, I think it'll be a better idea if I were to like replace them with iron block, because well, there tends to be a lot of rail lines that go underground. Nuts. Yeah, this is... Yeah, it's gonna take a while, folks. I mean, about the next few weeks, it's just gonna be me building this. Okay, so basically, two lines that go under the roadway. Let's do this, yay! Yeah, I gotta fill that with air. Gotta go down stairs. Yeah, it's way underground, folks. Sorry about that. Yeah, look at this void, folks. Look at this void that we have under the freeway. That's pretty nice, right? I thought so. Right. Okay, so we have here. Outer tracks. Light, inner, outer, light, outer. Yeah, I think this is the best bet that I can make at this point. Da, 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 da. Oh, more background music. How nice. How nice. Yeah, hold on. Let me mute the mic. Alright, I'm back, folks, so sorry about that. So much background noise going on. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm working on it, folks. No, 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 no. I win! I win, I win, I win! Okay. Okay. Yeah, in fact, there is one thing that I do plan on is that there is, well, another line that goes from here to there. That part is tricky, though. Yeah, right now, my job's to figure out how to deal with this. Okay, so what's next? Okay, that's level 59. Oops. Level 56. Level 56. Now in a moment. Sorry about that. Right now, figuring things out on how to do this thing. All I know is that there is a train that has to go through there, such. But there is another line that is over there, a subway station. Many of the lines have to go under. So this part, I'll have to figure things out. I mean, I'm gonna spend about the next 10 minutes figuring things out right now. Because the one thing's for sure is that just about over there, there is going to be another roundabout. Because Broadway is gonna move to that way there. But we won't get to that till we finish things like this. So what is my next step? Well, folks, I gotta tell you something. Now, I'm proposing... Okay, so I'm gonna create rail lines. Not this one, that's a ladder. These ones. Activator rail, detector rail, powered rail. Minecraft will just treat that as freight train. This is just a cart. So I'm gonna replace this with there in the meantime. So folks, this is how it's gonna go. Okay, now I got my map here. Gotta get my city map. I'll be right back. There are actually okay. So, folks, there are actually six rails, but what I see here is that because that part I'm totally figuring things out. I'm a little puzzled. Okay. So I see there are six. Okay, so what I do have is that yeah, this is puzzling me, folks. I mean, the way I drew this map. Okay, so what I can do is that I'm going to show you guys what I mean. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to use the railings as my guide. Show you guys what I got. So one rail line will actually go north, like this, right? No, I don't think that helps at all. I'll rather use a grass block as my guide. So what I intend to do is that, well, I might consider using City Hall as a reference. So what would happen is that, okay, so one rail line is going to move north. Hold on a minute. Okay, so one rail line moves north, and I see that two rail lines go east. Yeah, two rail lines go east. Yeah, one goes northeast. And the other one goes southeast. Like this. Then both go south, but the one goes southeast and the south, and the other one southeast, southwest. Let's see what we got. Yes, this one moves in that direction. goes to that direction right here. That's it, right? And then one goes west. Yeah, so this is what I have, folks, for y'all. Whew, boy, and that was pretty difficult to, just to get you guys to know what I'm talking about. But yes, so this is the plan, and what I plan to do is that there are 6 ways to get to any place in the Mushroom Kingdom, but all of this sounds a bit confusing, but it's only because we're dealing with a lot of things. See, according to my old map, the one that goes up north ends at the station. Well, we'll figure things out, folks, the next time. I mean, right now, it is time that I do my weather discussion, national weather discussion for you guys. So let's get to it right now. Okay, so what we do have right now is that we have plenty of action throughout the Mid-Atlantic, Southeast, Middle Mississippi Valley, Ohio Valley, and the southern half of the Great Lakes region, and as well as the Northern Rockies, Pacific Northwest, Northern California, and especially in eastern Colorado and western Nebraska, and just a tiny bit. Oh, well, not really. Okay, so basically there are 4 tornado warnings, 1 in South Carolina, 1 in Florida, and 2 in Canada. 2 in Canada. Yeah, there's 1 located in Canada. There's 1 in Saskatchewan. Question is, where's the other one? Well, that's beyond our range, folks. Nothing in Puerto Rico, though. But the only thing that matters is the U.S. weather. Now let's go to South Carolina, where there is a tornado warning located in Calhoun Falls. So let's switch to the single site radar and see where the nearest radar is. That tornado warning, it's located in Greenville, South Carolina. But I can see, I don't know if I can call that hook echo, but let's just take a closer look. Okay, so we do have this warning here, and there are winds moving in that direction, but stronger winds there. So this could mean that there's a tornado right there, and the shape of the tornado warning does indicate that it's moving in that direction. Alright, so that's 1, and any precipitation whatsoever with that? Well, not much. I mean, just a little bit on the eastern side. There's debris. Now let's go down to Palm Beach, Florida. Let's go back to here. Radar, single sight. I don't know if that'll be helpful. In Boynton Beach, Florida, there is a tornado warning, but I don't know if there is a hook echo. It's just south of West Palm Beach. There is a drag. I mean, I wouldn't call it an impressive tornado feature, to be honest with you folks, but this is close enough to what a tornado looks like, because there's a bit of drag there, stronger winds there, so this does mean that there is a tornado just southwest of Boynton Beach, Florida, and Delray Beach, Florida. So the shape of the tornado warning indicates that it's moving in that direction, away from the radar. I mean, it's not really as big as let's say in the Great Plains or Dixie Alley. I mean, it's more of a coastal type of tornado warning, in which winds. Well, the scale of a tornado can be at most, from what I'm predicting, is an EF2 tornado, but most likely it's either an EF0 or an EF1 tornado. That's in Palm Beach County. But for those of you who are under a 20, oh wait, now it's dropped down to only 2. Okay, so 2 in Canada are gone, but still, anyone who is under a tornado warning, just stop the stream and take cover and seek shelter in the basement or in a storm shelter, but away from the windows though. And if those aren't available, hide in an interior closet or room that has no windows, but definitely not in the exterior rooms, because they usually have windows, or and has outside on the opposite side of the walls, and they could be targets for projectiles and debris, and that'll be a very unsafe place to take shelter. And if you're not inside, do take shelter in a ditch. You're most likely to not get hit by projectiles or debris, and not get swept away by winds. And taking shelter in an overpass is definitely the worst idea ever. Not only you're gonna clog up the traffic, but also you might be able to get blown away by strong winds though. Terrible idea from what I've heard. Now let's get back to the correlation coefficient. Is there anything? Well, mostly it's not much debris. I mean, you could count as insects, maybe, and some leaflets that are just floating around, along the coastline, throughout southern Florida, on the Atlantic side. But regardless, there's plenty of marine warnings and special weather statements, like strong thunderstorms, and as well as small hail and damaging winds throughout places like West Palm Beach, anywhere just south of which up until Fort Lauderdale, and Pompano Beach. Now let's go to somewhere else throughout the country. Okay, so let's change up to wintry weather. Okay, so much of the Northeast is dry, but the Delmarva Peninsula on the south side, much of the Delmarva Peninsula is dealing with some showers. The Baltimore, Washington area, and Annapolis, the state capital of Maryland, they're getting some showers as well. But there are some thunderstorms throughout Virginia, West Virginia. We'll probably count Ohio, even though it's part of the Midwest. But regardless, there's plenty of isolated thunderstorms throughout the Buckeye State. And now we go down south to the Carolinas, in which there's plenty of thunderstorms throughout much of North Carolina, South Carolina. They're dealing with a tornado warning right now, just west of Greenwood And there's plenty of special weather statements that go from anywhere south of Anderson all the way down to, let's say, anywhere north of Vidalia, Georgia. And then you have two other special weather statements anywhere west of Savannah. But elsewhere, anywhere northeast of Atlanta, there's plenty of thunderstorms, all scattered pop-up thunderstorms. And in Florida, well, I did say there is a tornado warning, and I showed you guys throughout the Atlantic side of Florida, all thunderstorms. Once you enter Layton, all the way up north towards Fort Pierce, Florida. Yet scattered thunderstorms are located throughout the Gulf side of South Florida, Central Florida along the Kissimmee River, and then right between Ocala and Orlando, plenty of thunderstorms, Gainesville, Jacksonville, and even just east of Quincy, Florida. Scattered showers throughout southwestern Georgia, and plenty of pop-up thunderstorms throughout much of Alabama and Mississippi, and a lot of widespread pop-up thunderstorms throughout Tennessee and Kentucky. Special weather statements are all over Georgia and Alabama and even Chattanooga and Tennessee. There is a little bit of scattered showers and thunderstorms in northern Louisiana, much of Arkansas, and southern and eastern Missouri. Texas, most of the state, well, the entire state's dry, along with Oklahoma and Kansas and Nebraska. Oh yeah, and South Dakota. Now we go back to the Ohio Valley, where there are some scattered showers throughout eastern and northern Indiana, the southern edge of Michigan. There's plenty of showers. Illinois, well, anywhere southwest of Chicago, there are thunderstorms, scattered pop-up thunderstorms. Special weather statements near Lincoln, Illinois, Clinton, Illinois, anywhere north of Decatur, Illinois. St. Louis dealing with some scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially on the Illinois side of the Mississippi and outside of the St. Louis metro area. Let's see what we have. Go upriver towards Burlington and Davenport, Iowa. There are some scattered showers, but elsewhere in the Hawkeye State, nothing to report on. Just a tiny bit of scattered showers throughout Janesville in Wisconsin. But elsewhere in the state, nothing much. Especially nothing much throughout the rest of Michigan and Minnesota. There are some tiny bits of showers and thunderstorms in western North Dakota. Nothing to go on to talk about in Colorado. Nothing much on Wyoming, with the exception of some scattered showers in the Yellowstone portion of Wyoming. Montana, scattered showers and thunderstorms are present throughout the central part of the state. In Iowa, also dealing with some scattered showers. But yet there are just some places that are enduring some scattered snow showers just northeast of Boise. And plenty of pop-up showers and storms in the northern portion of Iowa. Northern half of Nevada, they have some scattered showers. Desert Southwest, bone dry, with the exception of some tiny showers just on either side of Ajo, and especially southwest of Benson, Arizona. Nothing to report on Utah. It's clear, and as well as Southern California, Northern California. There are scattered showers and storms, but as soon as you go up in the Sierra Nevadas, especially in Truckee, California, there are snow showers there, especially in South Lake Tahoe. Then in the Pacific Northwest, the coastal portions, scattered showers and storms, especially on the leeward side of the Cascades. but it's mainly somewhat dry throughout most of southeastern Oregon, with the exception of the southeast corner, though. How's that tornado warning doing? It's still present, though. Yeah, there is one flash flood warning, but it's in Canada. 3 are also in Canada. Severe thunderstorm warnings and special weather statements. Well, they're there. One special marine warning in Palm Beach County, Florida. Well, folks, now it's time to go further in depth into what's going on right now in terms of temperatures, dew point, wind speed, wind direction. So let me change gears right now. Here. Let's give it a moment. Okay, so now we got the picture. Okay, so what we have right now is that much of the Northeast is relatively calm in terms of wind speed, but however, there are temperatures that are in the 50s and low 60s in Maine, northern New England, like Vermont and New Hampshire. Temperatures are in the upper 50s to low 60s, especially in in southern New England, like Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Temperatures are in the 60s. Upstate New York, some places do have temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, but in the lower part of the state, temperatures are in the 60s. There's sea breeze kicking in, especially in New Jersey. Temperatures are in the 60s. Pennsylvania, temperatures are in the mid 60s to low 70s. Delaware and Maryland, temperatures are in the mid 60s to low 70s. West Virginia, Charleston at 64 degrees. Much of Virginia, temperatures are in the 60s to low 70s. Though winds are about 10 to 20 miles an hour in many parts of West Virginia and southern Virginia, especially North Carolina, with temperatures that are in the mid 60s to mid 70s. South Carolina, well, calmer winds there with temperatures in the mid 60s to low 70s. Georgia, the northern part of the state, will experience upper 60s to low 70s, but you go down the Peach State, temperatures are in the low to mid 70s. Go down to Florida, in which temperatures are virtually in the 70s. Calm winds throughout much of the south, though, especially, well, except for Texas, which we'll get to in a few minutes. But temperatures throughout Mississippi, Alabama, and even Tennessee, temperatures are in the mid 60s to mid 70s. Arkansas and Louisiana, temperatures are in the upper 60s to mid 70s. Texas, the western side of Texas, winds are starting to pick up with speeds of around 20 to 30 miles an hour. And let's go piece by piece throughout the Lone Star State, in which temperatures are in the upper 70s to upper 80s in the Panhandle. Western Texas, temperatures are in the mid 80s to low 90s. The southern part of the state, temperatures range from 82 in Corpus Christi due to the sea breeze, along with Houston, Texas. San Antonio 91, Laredo 95, and you go throughout the rest of Texas, in which Lufkin is 77, Killeen 86, 82 in Dallas, 82 in Abilene, and 89 in St. Angela. I think I've already covered this. Oklahoma, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. Though the western side of Oklahoma, winds are stronger than on the eastern side, in which winds pick up to about up to 30 miles an hour. The Ohio Valley, winds are moving at around up to 20 miles an hour throughout much of the Ohio Valley, that is. Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana, temperatures are in the mid 60s to low 70s. Then you go to lower Michigan. Traverse City, 61 degrees. Rapid City and Detroit, temperatures are in the 70s. And the upper peninsula of Michigan, temperatures are in the mid 50s to mid, well, Escanaba 57, Sault Ste. Marie 64, Marquette 68. In Wisconsin, we got temperatures that are in the 70s with the exception of the sea breeze in Milwaukee, which causes the temperatures to go down to 59 degrees. Chicago 62, but the rest of Illinois, temperatures are in the upper 60s to mid 70s. Then you go to Missouri, in which the winds, well, actually, much of the Great Lakes region do have winds that max about 20 miles an hour. So, Missouri, calmer winds there. Iowa, the northwestern part of the state, winds pick up to 20 miles an hour. Now, the temperatures in both states of Iowa and Missouri, okay, so St. Louis is at 68, and much of the state is in the 70s to low 80s. Iowa, temperatures are in the mid 70s in the eastern side. Des Moines, 80 along, 80, no, never mind. Just give me a minute, folks. Oh boy. Hold on a minute. So sorry about that, folks. Apparently, I think a lot of background noise. I don't know if the mic picked up, but hope it didn't. But regardless, in Iowa, the western part of the state will experience temperatures in the 80s. And we go down to Kansas. The winds are moving, on the western side of Kansas, winds are picking up to about 20 miles an hour, but calmer on the eastern side. Temperatures are in the mid 70s to low 80s there. In Nebraska, temperatures are in the mid 70s to mid 80s there, but winds are starting to pick up to 20 to 30 miles an hour. Then you move on to Minnesota, where in the northern part of the state, temperatures are in the mid 70s to low 80s, but down south, temperatures range from 75 in Rochester, 84 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 88 in Morris. In the Dakotas, you're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, along with North Dakota, but Minot experiencing temperatures of around 93 degrees. Virtually, the winds in most of the northern plains are moving quickly, up to 30 miles an hour, some places 40. Oh boy, you have a lot to talk about, huh? Now, in Montana, the temperatures range from, in the Rocky side of Montana, temperatures are 52 in Missoula, 61 in Kalispell, 57 in Helena, 62 in Bozeman, 61 in Great Falls. The eastern side, temperatures are in the low 70s to low 80s, but Miles City is at 91. Winds they are various in speeds and even direction. Well, rather, not entirely, but some of them come from the west, but others, like eastern Montana, winds are coming from the north. Regardless, some places do have winds that are moving at 20 miles an hour, other places calmer. But as we move towards Idaho, calmer in the northern side of Idaho, but strong winds are picking up. But some places do have winds of up to 40 miles an hour and sustained winds. Temperature wise, they're in the 50s in the northern part of the state. 62 in Boise, 66 in Twin Falls, and 73 in Idaho Falls, Wyoming. Most of the winds are picking up to about 30 to 40 miles an hour, especially in the southwestern part of the state. Northwestern, like Yellowstone, it's calmer, especially on the southeastern side. So we do have temperatures that are in the mid 70s to low 80s throughout the entire state. Let's go to Colorado. Colorado, you got calmer winds on the much of the state, but the western part of the state, winds are picking up to about up to 30 miles an hour. Oh boy, I'm feeling a little tired, folks, but the show must go on. Temperatures, let's see, 84 in Denver, 71 in Colorado Springs, Alamosa, 71, 86 in Grand Junction. Utah, they have stronger winds. Most of the state will experience winds of up to 40 miles an hour. But the temperatures, much of the state will be in the mid 70s to low 80s, but St. George, 89 degrees. In Nevada, well, much of the state will experience stronger winds of up to 30 to 40 miles an hour in some areas. But in the northern half of the state, Reno 50, Elko and Austin 61, Ely 71, Tonopah 75, and 89 in Las Vegas. So what about the desert Southwest? So the desert Southwest, much of this Arizona is they do have stronger winds. New Mexico, winds slowly dying down, but the eastern half of New Mexico, calmer winds. Yeah, the temperatures in New Mexico range from 77 in Gallup, 84 in Fragmenton, Espanola, 79 Albuquerque, 84, 91 in Roswell, and 95 in Carlsbad. But in Arizona, temperatures 79 in Cabito, and Kingman 84, Flagstaff 66, Alpine 62, Phoenix 97, and Tucson 95. Now we go to California. Southern half of the state and the Central Valley, California, its winds picking up to up to 20, 30, 40 miles an hour, except for the LA, this coastal portion of Southern California, like LA, Orange County, and even the immediate parts of San Diego. So Indio, 88, I forgot Yuma, Arizona at 95. San Diego, 64, 70 in LA, 80 in Bakersfield, 73 in Fresno, 66 in San Jose, in the Bay Area, 66 as well in Sacramento. Chico, 64, Redding, 55 in Eureka, also 53. The northern portion of California, they have they have weak winds. But now let's go to the Pacific Northwest. You have winds coming from the Pacific, whether if it's from the windward side or the leeward side, but regardless, winds are stronger in the eastern, the southeastern part of Oregon, as well as the Columbia River Valley. So we got temperatures that are at 44 degrees in Lakeview, but the rest of the state temperatures are in the 50s. But in Washington State, 50 at Trail, and 59 in Walla Walla, and the rest of the state temperatures are in the 60s, 57 in Victoria. Winds are calmer in Washington State, just so you know, folks. Now, let's switch gears to gusts and see that in general. So, not much to report, but if there are gusts, there are stronger in New England, and especially in the Appalachian Mountains. The coastal portions of the Carolinas, their winds are picking up, especially in the central Gulf Coast. Let's see, you got strong winds in the places like Indiana and northern Illinois. But there are very strong winds in the northern plains, and plenty of strong winds throughout the interior portion of the West, the Great Basin. Yeah, they do have stronger winds of up to 60, 70, 80 miles an hour in some places, or a little higher. But they're all moving from the southwest. Oh, wow. Okay, so now let's see what we got in terms of humidity. So there's a good amount of humidity. There's higher humidity throughout the Carolinas and Mid-Atlantic, especially the Ohio Valley, lower Mississippi Valley, Florida as well, and as well as the Pacific Northwest and the Columbia River Valley and into central and northern Idaho. There's a little bit of moisture in the northeast, but nothing that'll, but doesn't really mean that there's wet weather. So what about rainfall accumulation? So let's take a look at what's going on right now. So this is an estimate. So basically, so it's really raining throughout the Mid-Atlantic and as well as the Appalachian Mountains in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania, especially in the upper Ohio Valley. But there's plenty of rain in the eastern side of North Carolina, of up to 4 to 5 to 6 inches of rain in some areas. South Florida, there's plenty of rain in the busy parts of South Florida, and especially the Everglades, and scattered reports, estimates of rainfall throughout the northern Rockies and northern half of the Great Basin, Sierra Nevadas, and the leeward side of the Cascades in Oregon. Alright, so now let's move on to what's going to happen with the upper level winds throughout the next 3 days. So let's take a look, folks. So what do we got, folks? So treat this as more like what's going on right now. Let me refresh the page. So basically what we're dealing with right now is that we do have a ridge that's sitting over the Great Lakes region, a cutoff low that's located over the lower Mississippi Valley, a trough over the Pacific Northwest, and another one just off of the Canadian Maritimes. Yeah, there could be a small trough over the southern tip of Baja California, but let's see what happens. But regardless, all that's causing wet weather throughout the northern Rockies and the Great Basin and the southeast. Now let's see what we got the next day. So a trough will start to dig deep into the Great Basin. The cutoff low would start move into the Ohio Valley, and a ridge would still be present over the Great Lakes region, and there's a tiny bit one over in the northeast. But regardless, actually there could be a tiny trough because of that cutoff low. That's going to be over the Ohio Valley, of course. And there's going to be a small ridge over Mexico. So that means there's going to be wet weather. It's going to be moving in throughout the northern plains, and plenty of wet weather start moving up north along the east coast up into the northeast. And there could be some wet weather that could brew throughout the southwest. So time will tell, but I'll check that out for you folks. So there's by Wednesday evening, there's going to be a small trough. What was a cutoff low, it's now become a trough. It'll be over the Carolinas and I think there's the same one, but over Michigan. There's going to be a ridge that's going to build up over the lower Mississippi Valley, and a trough will occur throughout the Rockies. So that means there's going to be severe weather in the making in Tornado Alley, and then there's going to be wet weather. It's going to plague throughout the northeast and the east coast. And finally, by Thursday evening, so there's going to be a tiny trough. It's going to be over Lake Ontario in the St. Lawrence River Valley. There's going to be a ridge over the Gulf of Mexico, and another trough that's going to occur. Well, a set of two troughs that's going to be over Minnesota, and another one over eastern Montana. That could mean severe weather throughout the Mississippi Valley and the Great Plains region. Well, the Mississippi Valley, actually. So buckle up, especially in Texas. Now, what about what's going to happen the throughout temperature-wise. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the temperature, folks. So we're going to look at the models right now and switch to temperature. So basically, we're going to move here, back here. Plenty. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry about that, folks. Come on. Okay. Anyway, there's going to be plenty of warm lows throughout anywhere east of the Rockies, plus the desert Southwest and Central Valley, California. Tomorrow morning, but freezing lows in the interior west. As we move on to tomorrow night, there's going to be plenty of hot temperatures. Texas is cooking. Look at this, and especially the northern plains. But there's going to be chilly temperatures in much of the interior west, the Rockies, the Great Basin, and the Cascades. Now we move to Wednesday morning. There's going to be plenty of warm lows anywhere east of the Rockies, plus parts of the desert Southwest. But in the Great Basin and much of the interior portions of the west, freezing temperatures, or near freezing temperatures, just so you know, folks. Then we move on to Wednesday night. By Wednesday night, Texas will endure more of this heat wave, yet plenty of hot temperatures would start plaguing. They are plaguing with hot temperatures in the northern plains, but cold air is starting to set in as it's being indicated because of the change in temperatures since there's going to be cold air moving into the western side of the Dakotas, but yet there's going to be freezing temperatures all along the Rockies and Sierra Nevadas and Cascades. And as we move towards Thursday morning, so by Thursday morning, basically there's going to be plenty of warm lows throughout the eastern half of the Great Plains and points east, and especially south of the Rockies, though, and there's mild lows throughout the desert Southwest and Central Valley, California. But the interior west, they're going to get really freezing temperatures, so you know, folks. And then finally, by Thursday night, cold air starts moving into the Dakotas and the northern plains. But yet, Texas will still endure plenty of heat waves to go around, and especially hot temperatures plaguing throughout the southeast, the Ohio Valley, desert Southwest, and Central Valley, California. But still cold temperatures in the Rockies and the Cascades. Let's talk about dew points. So what do we got for dew point? For dew point, I can say this, that there's going to be plenty of moisture anywhere east of the Rockies. Moisture is abundant, but excessive moistures throughout the Gulf Coast, southeast, lower and mid-Mississippi Valley, Ohio Valley, and southern half of the Great Lakes region, and especially anywhere south of Boston and south of Albany. It's a tiny bit of moisture throughout much of the west coast. Now we move on to tomorrow night. Excessive moisture, all that, and you see there's going to be cold. There's going to be dry air moving in. All that it's going to lead to severe weather throughout eastern Texas, throughout Texas, I mean. But however, there's still going to be moisture anywhere east of the Rockies. But heavily concentrated amount of moisture will be abundant throughout the Mississippi Valley, the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes region, and parts of the Northeast. Now we move on to Wednesday morning. So by Wednesday morning, plenty of moisture to go around east of the Rockies, with the exception of the west of the southern western plains. Western side of Texas will be dry, but severe weather will start to kick in throughout the southern plains. And yet moisture will plague throughout much of the Northeast, with the exception of eastern Maine. Let's take a look at by Wednesday night. So a lot of moisture. Holy damn! Wow. Lots of moisture all over eastern Texas and eastern Oklahoma, eastern Kansas. Oh boy. Yeah, and in the mid-Mississippi Valley, damn. Yeah, this is just pure lack of luck right there. Anywhere east of the Rockies, anywhere just on the eastern side of the southern plains, they're getting a lot of moisture, just so you know, folks. As we move towards Thursday morning, so by Thursday morning, dry air starts moving in throughout Texas, the Great Plains, and yet because of that, a heavily concentrated amount of moisture is ahead of that cold front. It's going to move into the east, but yet it will still plague throughout the Gulf Coast, and all that humidity will be abundant throughout the Mississippi Valley, Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and especially the Mid-Atlantic and parts of the Northeast as well. Boy, this will never end up. And finally, by Thursday night, damn, full load of moisture all over the Gulf Coast, Mississippi, the lower half of the Mississippi Valley, the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes region. Oh boy, and it's spread east and to the northeast. Wow, look at that. But yet, dry air will start moving in, saying, yeah, they're knocking on the door on the Great Plains and the western part of Texas and say, get that moisture, move east, and and guess what? All that's going to lead to severe weather, wild weather coming up. Moisture will occur throughout the central and northern part of California. It'll grow. So by, let's see, we're going to check the Cape. So plenty of Cape throughout the south, Ohio Valley, Mississippi Valley, Mid-Atlantic, southern half of the Great Lakes region, especially on the western part of the United States, with the exception of the desert Southwest, parts of the Great Basin, and the southern Colorado Rockies. Now we move on to tomorrow night. Look at this. Wow. Eastern Texas, Southern Plains, bullseye for severe weather in the making. Dallas, Oklahoma City, they're going to get hammered by severe weather. All of this convection is so high that it'll spread out throughout the central portion of the United States, the Mid-Atlantic, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley. But yet there's a little bit of Cape throughout much of the west, with the exception of the desert Southwest. So by Wednesday morning, still some Cape, plenty of it throughout anywhere east of the Rockies, with the exception of parts of the northern plains and western Texas and the desert Southwest. But marginal amounts of Cape will occur throughout much of the west, though, with the exception of the desert Southwest, as I said, and as well as New England. Then by Wednesday night, oh boy, I have to swear, guys, I said holy shit. Holy fucking shit. This is severe weather in the making. You're gonna end up seeing a swath amount of severe weather throughout Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa. They're gonna get it. They ain't gonna fucking get it. Big time. Big time. So, anyone who lives there, be prepared. Because this is going to be one hell of a storm. One hell of a severe weather event that you guys will ever experience. Wednesday night, and especially tomorrow night. But there's plenty of Cape, just so you know, folks, spreading throughout much of the country, with the exception of the desert Southwest, Southern California. But the highest is in the central portion of the country. Now we got plenty of Cape throughout the southeast, and as well as the Mississippi Valley, parts of the Great Plains. Then finally, we do have severe weather. Oh boy, yeah, but at least Great Plains. They're not going to deal with much severe weather. But, however, eastern and southern Texas, oh boy, good luck with that. That is going to be a never-ending cycle of severe weather coming right at you. It's going, but yet it's moving east, and it's going to affect the Ohio Valley, like Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas. That's going to be a bullseye right there. But there's going to be plenty of Cape in the mid-Atlantic, Florida. But yeah, much of the country does have plenty of Cape, with the exception of the desert Southwest, western Texas, and parts of California and Nevada. Okay, so now let's talk precipitation to see if I'm correct about this so far. So, what are we looking at? So, we got we got wet weather start moving east from the southeast, and there's going to be plenty of it. Storms moving into the mid-Atlantic, anywhere near the New York City area, Pennsylvania, parts of upstate New York, the Ohio Valley, southern half of the Great Lakes region, much of the South, and scattered showers throughout the mid-Mississippi Valley. While on the western side, you have plenty of scattered showers and a few storms throughout much of the west, with the exception of the desert Southwest and portions of the Great Basin, as well as the Colorado Rockies. But yet, the mountains will experience snow, but the valleys and the coastal areas, they'll experience rain. So what about going into tomorrow night? So by tomorrow night, there's going to be, anywhere east of the Mississippi Valley, there's going to be plenty of storms, with the exception of northern New England. But throughout the interior west, you're looking at plenty of showers and storms, but in the mountains, there's going to be plenty of wintry precipitation in the form of snow, some places freezing rain and sleet. But on the coastal side of the Pacific Northwest, there's going to be some scattered showers. Okay, so what about Wednesday morning? So by Wednesday morning, anywhere east of the Mississippi, you're going to deal with some thunderstorms. Well, some storms, showers. But the Great Plains might endure some scattered showers, especially in the Dakotas, thunderstorms, northern Rockies as well. But in the mountains, there's going to be plenty of snow to go around, Great Basin, spotty showers and snow showers, coastal stray showers along California's coast. But the coastal portion of the Pacific Northwest, they're going to get rain, but on the mountains and the Cascades, they're going to get freezing rain, sleet, and snow. So what about going into Wednesday night? Oh, by Wednesday night, I may have been a little dramatic on that. But still, yeah, it's time that we must face facts, but severe weather is going to be a thing regardless. But anyway, we're going to say for the record that the East Coast is going to endure some rains, the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes region, scattered showers, but in the northern plains, plenty of thunderstorms, in the Rockies, mountain snow, valley rains, especially in the Bitterroot Mountains and the Cascades and the Sierra Nevadas. And finally, not really finally, but by Thursday morning, scattered showers and storms throughout the South, the East Coast, and plenty of wet weather in the form of storms and rain throughout the northern plains. Rockies will endure mountain snow, valley rains, and especially in the Cascades with some showers and maybe some snow showers and frozen precipitation of freezing rain and sleet. Stray coastal showers throughout California, but only in the coastal portion of California. Finally, by Thursday night, there's going to be scattered showers throughout the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, Florida, Gulf Coast, parts of the Ohio Valley. Western half of the Great Lakes region will endure some storms, and the northern plains as well. The Rockies, valley rains and mountain snow, and especially on the windward side of the Cascades in the Pacific Northwest, plenty of rains, stray showers in Southern California along the coast. And then when we deal with snowfall, well, just so you know, folks, much of the action will only take place in the west, but hold on just a moment. Never mind. Okay, so Near Yellowstone, there's going to be up to about 3 feet of snow in some areas, or rather, past that, up to about 4 feet. But elsewhere, wherever there is snow, it's only up to about a foot or two, particularly in the Rockies, parts of the Great Basin, Sierra Nevadas, Cascades, Bitterroot Mountains, Northern Rockies. Well, folks, it's time to end the stream, but that's what I would say after I would do the weather topic of the day. So we got to do the weather topic of the day, and what are we going to do is that we must talk about what the weather topic of the day is. Now, I want to see like if there is any chance that there is some well, how should I say? Well, any chance that there is diurnal heating because of the dual sea breezes in Florida? Well, I missed that opportunity, to be honest with you folks. Should have known better. Should have known better. But let's not fret. So, I do have the weather topic of the day. That is, what are, what are the weather instruments that are out there? So let's see. Well, folks, there is a bunch of there is a bunch of weather instruments out there, and it would be impossible for me to fit everything in one setting. The best thing I can do for you folks is that I can only do it one at a time. Now, this is a very simple one that would require me to go further into detail. So, the weather topic of the day is weather instruments. Number 1, thermometer. Now, what is a thermometer? Well, a thermometer is an instrument that is used for measuring and indicating temperature, typically one consisting of a narrow, hermetically sealed glass tube marked with graduations and have at one end a bulb containing mercury or alcohol that expands and contrasts in the tube with heating and cooling. Or rather, I think it'll be pretty useful if I were to, just use my own words. So here's a better definition that I can come up with. So here it is. A thermometer is an instrument that is used for measuring and indicating temperature, in which it starts from one end of the tube, the bottom one, which has a bigger bulb and has a type of liquid, like for example mercury or alcohol, that expands or contracts depending on the heating or cooling. So that means that if it expands, it's hot, but if it contracts, it means it's cold. So there you go, folks. That's a better definition that I can come up with, even though it was a bit sloppy, but it's better. But the next weather topic, but there will be the same weather topic of the day list of weather instruments, but it will have a different one, so you know, folks. All right, folks. Thank you guys for watching, and might take the day off of streaming tomorrow, so I'll probably see you guys on Wednesday, same time, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And do hit me with a follow or turn on the notifications while you're at it, just so that you guys know when I'll be streaming the next time. All right? Now, like I said, I'm well, when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, well, I'm done with the first Kingdom Hearts. The second one, well, I doubt that I'll be starting the Kingdom Hearts 2 this weekend, but probably more likely on Memorial Day weekend. But yeah, until then, it's just gonna be Minecraft. You know, if I don't stream Kingdom Hearts 2 for you guys this weekend, it'll only be Minecraft, only because I got so tired of beating Ansem and then getting my ass whooped, and then like having to repeat that cycle until finally last night I beat the game and finally call it Kingdom Hearts 1 over. Alright? Now, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode, continuing me creating a train station in Mushroom City in Minecraft. And see you guys then at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Alright? Thank you guys for watching. See you then. Love you all. Peace out. Signing out.